Hi everyone, this is Liz Chang of Athena's Garden, or soon to be Athena's Garden. I thought I would keep filming myself and keep practicing, so I picked a topic that is a little more lighthearted, a little easygoing to get me started continuing to practice talking to the camera. I thought I would share some of my intentions for 2023. I realize it's already February. January just flew by like that. But in my defense, as a person of Chinese Taiwanese descent, we just celebrated the new Lunar New Year a little while back. And so it's officially the year of the fire rabbit. And here are a few of my intentions for the year. Intentions, goals, I guess a little different than New Year's resolution for me. They're ongoing, and sometimes for the year 2020, for example, I had just one goal and one intention that I just kind of worked through the year. And so for this year, my first one is to get organized. It has been a constant struggle. And then it's been more of a struggle ever since we moved from Northern California to the Bay Area to Tokyo. So not only do we move from a larger space to a smaller space, the main difference is also the storage available. In the Bay Area, we have a lot of closets, kind of under the stairs storage. And here in Tokyo, you're not even allowed to nail anything on the walls because it is all wallpaper. So it kind of limits the vertical storage space. So it's been a constant struggle to find a home for everything. And admittedly, I can work a little harder on that. So that is one of my goals, so that I'm more streamlined and the clutter is not distracting for my brain. So that's one of my ongoing goals that I'll continue to work on. And it's interesting because for me in the past, the things that I have to be organized about, I am. Like my calendar, that could use some work too, but in general, I'm pretty organized on my calendar. But like my kit, for example, it's hyper organized. And so I spend a lot of time and energy making sure that's perfect. Don't quite have the same energy for everything else, but it's a work in progress. So that's my first intention. My second one for the year 2023 is to have more fun. And that's tied to a little bit of changing my mentality from doing to being. That's part of it. And then also working on my fear of spending money. So that's something ongoing that I've been working on the last 10 years. But part of, signing up for more fun, which also means spending a little more money. Growing up, we come from a very modest family, and in terms of finances, if you didn't spend any money, then you would keep more in the bank. So then you will have more money. That was kind of the mentality growing up. My parents were more conservative that way in terms of, not looking into investments mostly. And also just being more conservative and not spending. So I feel that as I get older in more recent years, and I want to transition to the abundance mindset because money is like an energy exchange. So the more you spend, the more you'll actually make. It kind of comes around. That's kind of how it works. It cycles. So if you don't spend money, there's no movement. And so it doesn't come back that way. So I'm, slowly working to change how I feel and my habits. For me to go from not spending much to spending a lot all of a sudden, because I signed up for a few upcoming trips to Kyoto with my friends from Northern California, as well as spending a weekend in Taiwan, in Taipei with my parents and some of my friends here in Tokyo. That's a big financial commitment for me that I'm, adjusting, but I told myself life is short and I want to, kind of let go of that fear of spending money, and instead of spending it on things and material items, to spend it on experiences with friends and family. So that's one of my my goals and intentions that I've already set in motion. And then the next one is, I would like to be kinder to myself and others. And this is an ongoing, intention. And specifically for me in 2023, I want to work on changing any negative thoughts, whether it's to myself or others, and change the language that I use to talk to myself. So, as an example, I find myself saying things like, "Oh, this is so overwhelming. This is an unsurmountable task for me. This is so stressful." And so by saying that, you tell your body to believe that. And so you will, be even more stressed by thinking that. So even if you don't say it out loud, it's the same thing. This is the language you use to talk to yourself. And so I'm trying my hardest. It's an ongoing thing. It's not just for 2023. To change it to, I will take small steps to, tackle this challenge one step at a time. There is a deadline. The time limit is real and stressful. And I will, instead of thinking, "Oh, this is so stressful, I'm so stressed," trying to think, well, I have tackled similar challenging tasks like this before, and I will manage, and I'm going to manage it again in the future. And so I'm going to keep practice telling myself when I encounter more stressful situations. Other things like, for example, how for Athena's Garden, I've been procrastinating to film myself and upload videos. It's because I do tell myself things like, "Oh, I'm not good enough. What if nobody wants to listen to me? I'm not attractive enough. I'm not interesting enough. I'm, awkward, or I'm bad at filming myself." So I do tell myself these things. So, as an intention to make this channel happen, I'm going to change these thoughts, or try my best to changing, these exact thought patterns to "I am enough," and I will remain authentic, and I will take small steps like I am doing now to getting better at talking to the camera and getting used to just speaking my mind. So these are examples of thought patterns that I want to slowly change. And other things like being kinder to others and having thoughts like, I caught myself doing this today, like, "Oh, can this asshole just move over? Like, I'm trying to get off the subway and this person is just like on his phone and blocking. Like, can you just move and have more self-awareness?" It's kind of mean. Like, I catch myself thinking these things. That person may have an important text message or family member that needs something from him. And so I have to just take a breath and remember that if I'm in the same situation, I would like that person to have more compassion and understanding. And so sometimes it can be frustrating. I think I will start by telling myself this is frustrating, but we can't assume that that person was trying to be an asshole, or self-absorbed. So just changing these small things in language, because our thoughts create our reality. So if we keep having negative thought patterns towards ourselves and others, we will create a negative, environment that we can manifest just from our thoughts. So I'm going to work harder on that this year as well. Even though it's ongoing. I'm not going to lie, I've been working on it for many years, but you know what? It's a journey. It's not a race. I'm just want to remind myself that I keep wanting to work on these things. And finally, my intention this year is to definitely launch Athena's Garden. So this is why I'm filming this. I'm practicing. I'm preparing content. I'm, working on the back end and making my website and lining things up. I want to have a bunch of content lined up during launch, so that it alleviates a little bit, and hopefully film some travel lifestyle as well for my upcoming trips. So I hope you'll stay tuned, and I hope for those who stuck around for this whole video, thank you for watching, and I would love to hear about your intentions for 2023. And I hope you'll stick around and want to watch a few more videos. Thank you. Thank you for watching and supporting. Happy Year of the Fire Rabbit 2023. All right, take care. Bye.